Well, here we go. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in this video, like, at all. But, sometimes that turns out the best. No, it really doesn't. Those usually turn out kind of shitty. But, anyway, with the limited amount of feedback that I got last time, I was told by one person to basically not bother with the bottles because they give you skills, but they're not entirely worth it. And I was told by another person I should go after the bottles because the skills are cool to have. So, conflicting info. I feel like I'm gonna probably end up going for them though. Like, so.
I just intercepted an email from the Patriot. He's ordered his guards to ring the boat's bell when the coast is clear.
Coast is clear for what?
Of that I'm uncertain. Ring the bell and follow him without being seen. Then maybe we'll find out what he's hiding.
Okay. I mean, I thought we already knew what he was hiding. He's making like a printing press. But anyway, we'll do that at some point. Before I progress with any plot, we're gonna basically wander the city and try to find these bottles. There is a guide that lists where they all are. I checked, but due to like the kind of open-endedness of these maps, it's a little hard to really explain where stuff is. Basically, the way that the guide did it, it said, like, from the starting point when you first enter the level, like, go this way to find number 1. From number 1, go this way to find number 2. So on. And it's like, I could do that, but it would be extremely boring, and I'd have to stop to look at the guide every 5 seconds. So, we're gonna wander and just kinda... I don't know what. This is one of those points where, I would go on a rant or a ramble about something, but I can't really think of much to do that on at the moment. There's not really been a whole lot going on other than the usual work stories. So I guess just to start there, because that's where I'm usually most comfortable, and then see if something else comes up. Man, sure, work does definitely exist. Yeah, no, I don't know, it was... The only thing I can really say is just a couple days ago, it was stupid busy. It's like Memorial Day weekend, and apparently there's like holidays that people expect, like basically we expect there to be... What does this do? Okay then. I don't know what that does, but that's interesting. Actually, have I? Yeah, I think I've already been in there in one of the previous missions, that's why. But yeah, it's like we have the holidays that we expect to get a lot of orders, and then we have what people call the grilling holidays, which is where, like, most people, if they're going to be doing anything, like Memorial Day obviously isn't like a major thing. Like, if you know people who are or were in the military, then it'll mean something to you, but for anybody else, it's just kind of like a day off work. And so, like, if you're gonna do anything that day, you might, like, have a cookout or something, and so you're not gonna be ordering pizza. And so we were kind of expecting that to be the case. Like, Monday's usually the slowest day of the week anyway. I didn't even work Monday, but I worked Sunday. And apparently the day before Memorial Day is still prime pizza ordering. Like, I don't freaking know. It's... people are stupid. Like, it was really dumb because I got there at 5 o'clock, and we were up to, like, I don't know, 50 or 60 orders by that point. I don't remember. It was kind of low compared to what I was expecting. And then, I swear for, like, the first hour, I did, like, maybe 10 orders, like probably even less than that. It was like super slow. I'm thinking like, okay, do I need to be doing something here? Like, should I be preparing more dough for later? Like, do we need something extra? I'm just trying to find something to do, but we're pretty much prepared. So I'm just kind of enjoying the fact that it's slow. And then at 8 o'clock, out of goddamn nowhere, I get literally 4 orders within 20 seconds, and then it just frickin' escalates from there. Like, 4 orders in rapid succession like that is stupid, but it's not, like, that uncommon. It's annoying when it happens, because you're like, did you people, like, synchronize this? Like, could you have not spaced this out? But whatever. But it's like, you get that, and then they just kind of keep coming. And so it's like, I'm struggling to do these, and I get help, and, like, Allie's helping me. She's, like, basically the fastest cook we have. And the number of orders is not going down, it's going up. Because people are ordering so fucking much at once. I think there was a game, like, it's, I guess, basketball playoffs. Apparently, like, every single day there's been a game. It's stupid. I don't frickin' know, like, why that matters so much. Like, okay, fine. If it's a Texas team, maybe. But it seems like every time there's a game of any description, it just leads to everybody in the goddamn city wants to order like 3 pizzas that day. But, I mean, I've certainly had worse days, like, more busy and just generally more annoying to get through, but it still wasn't pleasant. And so, get to the end of the night, and it's like, usually I'm supposed to clean out the table and, like, wipe everything down and all that stuff. It's kind of like my end-of-day job, and I hate doing it, but usually it kind of at least gets slow towards the end of the night, so we can do that. This time, because it didn't become busy until the end of the night, there was no way that was happening. So I just kind of made everything look okay, even though it really wasn't. And then there's like this massive amount of dirty dishes in the back that we're gonna try and get through. And then I find out that apparently Martin's tire went flat. And so we were Ellie's just like, fuck it, we're not doing the dishes. Like, I have to open tomorrow anyway. Like, I have to come in here at 8. I'll just do them then. And so we just kind of left with everything unfinished. Had to fix the tire, or put in the spare tire, I mean. And then next day we are like, okay, this spare tire sucks and we need to get like an actual one in there. And let's see if the auto section at Walmart will have the size we need, because they'll probably be the cheapest. And we go there, they don't have it. It's like freaking 95 degrees out, and I don't want to be anywhere outside, but had to sit in the hot car for a while waiting for that to be looked at. So then we're like, okay, there's a discount tire place like right over here, let's go there. Oh wait, it's Memorial Day, they're closed. So that was out, so we went to like the frickin' Honda dealership, and it was $180 for one tire. That was pleasant. That was basically that day. Spent the rest of the day just kind of being at home and still dying from heat, even though the air conditioning's on, because it can't keep up with it. Like, it is only May, right? It shouldn't be... How do I save state again in this? It's F3, apparently. Wait, let me double check. No, it's F1 to save, F3 to load. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't think so. Just wanted to be sure. So here's like a gated section. I'm gonna hold off on that, because that's at least kind of its own unique area that I can set aside until I'm satisfied with doing the rest of it. But yeah, it's like I've been living in Texas for a couple of years now, and I still am not entirely used to the heat. It's not like it didn't get hot in Illinois either, but it usually didn't get hot this early and this badly. I don't know. So yeah, this sure is a city. It's hard to tell what I've already explored. I guess I'm just kind of basing it off of like when there's no destructible items nearby, I've probably cleared it out. And I did notice that I was, like, almost dying earlier, so I'm trying to be somewhat mindful of that. I, noticed in the, like, controls menu earlier that, R1 lets you run, so that is helpful to know. But, I don't think there's, like, a sneak button, other than just his natural movement speed is already kind of sneaky. Let's, not get caught by the moblin. What? Who is there? Okay, so I actually just noticed something there. I noticed it too late, so I just killed him anyway, but, there was like a sparkle coming out of his back pocket, and the control menu did mention that the, circle button apparently can pickpocket, so I'll have to try that at some point. Okay, so enemies definitely seem to be respawning. Nice. Are the objects also respawning? Because I've absolutely definitely been here. Absolutely and definitely. That's how sure I am. And I think I only have like half the bottles, so there's another one. And it's in the gated community, so let's not bother with that. You know, gated community. It's definitely what it is. You there. It's a good thing these people are blind and stupid. I can probably try to pickpocket them multiple times. I don't know if I'm going to try my luck that hard, though. Alright, so 19 out of 30. We're not doing so bad. The problem is I can see already that this is definitely going to turn into a thing where I'm down to like the last two, and I don't know where to look for them, and I'm probably not going to be able to get much help from the guide. So that's a bit unfortunate, but I guess we'll deal with it and see how it works out. I would say at least I'm learning the level, but I mean, I'm really not. It's just a bunch of aimless wandering. Yeah, that's right. Make a bunch of noise while sneaking up on the enemy. It makes perfect sense. Also, I think I'm seeing, like, some of these enemies are frogs, so when I made the joke last time about how, like, if this is going to be stereotypical France, there should be, like, frogmen, and I guess they actually are, so... I don't know what that stereotype means, though. Like, when I think of, like, French people, I either just think of, like, regular people without anything, like, special or, like, stereotypical about them, or I think, like, the super cartoony, like, end of Z world, but I am tired, like, that kind of thing. I don't know where the frog thing comes into it. Well, I was about to say, what does this sign say? It doesn't matter, I already broke it. That's Café de Paris, I guess. Why is this sparkly? I guess it's a little hidey place. Can I steal your stuff? Am I not getting close enough? Apparently, yeah, I can steal quite a bit from you. Oh. What? What the hell? What does that do? Maybe I can sell that or something. But is the Silver Comb's name Maria? Also, I'm back at the frickin' gated community again. So let's actually try to move on to a section of this level that I've not been over 35 times. If they'd stop respawning enemies, then maybe I wouldn't do that. Turns out it's not actually gated, and it's just a gate on one side, and I've already been on the other side anyway. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, not a whole lot else going on in my life. Just, I sure do still work at Pizza Hut and have the same 5 things to talk about every time I mention it. I have a rousing Beanie Baby collection. No, I don't even know. I'm not going to talk about that at all. Let's see. I've been mindlessly trying to find a metal coat in Gen 2 for a few days now, and it's really pissing me off that I can't find one. Because I'm sure I'll repeat this when I record the next episode of Crystal, but that probably won't be for another week or so. Because I really don't want to continue in that game until I have the metal coat so I can get Steelix. And the thing with the metal coat is, usually there's only one in the game, and you get it from like the SS Aqua, which is after the Elite Four, and screw that. In Crystal, there is a second one, but it's from the in-game trade Magneton that you get from the power plant, which is also after the Elite Four. So that leaves the only other option as getting one from a Wild Magnemite. And that is a viable option, like they do have them, but I'm having a hard time just like figuring out how frequently they're supposed to have them. I've seen a few different sources that claim, like one of them said only 2%. I'm trying to I think Bulbapedia says 8% on the page for Metal Coat, but only 2% on the page for Magnemite. And Cerebi says 5%, so I don't know which one it is, but regardless of how common it is supposed to have it, at least sometimes. And I'm starting to believe that that's just flat out false, because I've seriously encountered, like, God, it's gotta be at least 80 by this point. Like, basically I start the game up, I catch the first one that I see, I'll catch a second one, and then I'll reset, and then just keep going. Like, Snubbull is a 1% encounter rate in the area, and I've definitely found, like, at least 10 of those by now. For how long I've been looking. I am just... like, I had an easier time getting the Sword of Kings from Earthbound, which is a 1 out of 128 drop. Also, I'm noticing that when I said I was at 19 bottles, and that's doing pretty well, I've not made any progress since then, but here's a couple, so... I was just retreading the same ground as usual. What is this? Oh, it's just saying to do that. As if I didn't already know. Let me see what's over this way, though. Am I locked onto this? Oh, come on. I can't really tell when I'm locked onto the thing or not, and that is a little annoying. I probably can't make this jump, but there's another way. Yeah, there's another way up there. So here's the thing. I already know that nobody is ever going to use these as, like, a walkthrough, so I don't really feel compelled to necessarily show every step of this and, like, make sure that I show every bottle on screen. So if I continue wandering and feel like I've explored everything and can't find them, I'm probably just going to cut until I get the last ones. But for right now, I'm still at least making some progress. Have I been over here? This doesn't look familiar. But I feel like I haven't completed this section yet either. Too bad the binoculars don't, like, show you where they are from a distance. I guess that would make it too easy, but screw actually, like, putting in the effort to find them. Do they not drop any coins if I've stolen all the coins first? I guess that makes sense. think this is where I get the reward for the bottles, because it apparently gives you like a code and then you have to put it into a safe somewhere. Probably the same as the first game, but as we've established, I don't remember anything from the first game. And actually, that's another thing, now that I think about it. Oh, okay. Since I don't remember anything from the first, I can't say how drastic the change is, but I remember when I finished the first one and then, like, played the few minutes of this that I did way back in the day, I remembered it being, kind of like the dialogue, like the way that the text boxes appeared and all that kind of stuff. Basically, it appeared a lot different from in the first one, and it kind of reminded me of just the sense of, like, sequel progression that seems to be different between different companies. And I might be just kind of talking nonsense here, but, you know how, like, in the NES era, there was the trend of, like, the second game of a series being drastically different from the first, and then starting from the third, it kind of goes back to the original formula. Like, it did that with Mario, if you count, the US Mario 2 as, like, the actual one, which I know technically it's not, but shut up. It did that with Zelda. I'm trying to think if there's any other major examples. Castlevania definitely did it. Whatever, you get my point. And then, like, in more recent series, such as this, and, like, well, I say recent as in, like, not 8-bit, because these are still technically old games, I guess. But, like, Spyro the Dragon, I know did it, and I think Jak and Daxter did it, just whatever. The point is, like, they don't do the second game is drastically different formula, and instead do the, like, the first game is sort of like almost like a beta concept, and then, like, afterwards they kind of update to something else and then stick with it. Because, like, with Spyro 1, you have the first game is, honestly, it's like my favorite one of the trio, like, of the trilogy, but Spyro 1 is you wander around and collect shit, and that's basically it. There's, like, no real objectives. Spyro 2 adds in, like, hey, I need this item, go find it and bring it here, or go kill this number of enemies, and that kind of stuff. And it has, like, NPCs to talk to other than just the dragons you're saving and that kind of stuff. And then Spyro 3 kind of sticks with that. And I've not really played much of the Jak and Daxter series. I never actually finished the first one, and I don't think I've ever really even touched the sequels, but I know vaguely of them. Apparently that series kind of had a tonal shift between the first and second, and then sort of stuck with it for the third. And I just kind of got that vibe from this one, where it's like, I can see how, like, in an alternate universe where I had gotten a PS2 early on and stuck with the system, I would have played the first Sly Cooper, and then, like, gotten the second, and played, like, gotten third, and basically had that same feeling where it's like the first one is sort of the odd one out. But seeing as how I don't know much of this series, I can't say that for sure. That's just the feeling I got. If anybody else has any examples of, like, game trilogies or ongoing series where this kind of thing happened, feel free to like and subscribe, but don't leave a comment. I'm not going to read it. No, I don't know. I think Assassin's Creed probably falls into that also, because I watched the first one played to completion, and that game was basically, here's several large cities that consist of the same building, copy and pasted a few thousand times, and a bunch of people going, "Thief, you are filth!" And, you just do this for a while, and then the game's over. And then, like, starting with the second one, and then there was, like, Assassin's Creed 2 Episode 1 and 2. It's like Brotherhood and whatever the hell the other one was. Because they're like, no, we can't make a 3. That'll be too predictable. Let's just start naming them after other stuff, and then make a 3 once it's like the 3rd or 4th, or once it's like the 5th or 6th game. It's like those always kind of had a more consistent tone to them, I guess. And they had like more varied missions other than go pickpocket like 15 people and then report back. So anyway, here I am on the other side of this fence. I've got 29 bottles. And, boy, are my arms no, I don't know. I believe this is probably the point where, if I don't immediately see it in this area, then I'm probably going to want to off-screen this. But let me just make sure that I didn't miss it here. If I kind of, like, take him... If I don't stop to look around at the world, then, it might just pass me. But what the fuck am I saying? Like, I'm basically just saying, if I stay still, I can notice moving objects. And, yeah, it doesn't appear to be in this section. So, I am going to, go ahead and look for that one on my own then. And when I eventually find it, I will join you again, and I'll have a nice collection of combs. I see it. So I'm in this place. You know, this place. I think I was here, like, not long ago. And, there it is on a ledge, so let's go grab it. For the record, I only had to look for, like, 2 minutes. That worked out quite well for me. Now, the question is, how do I actually get up there? Because you normally don't have to hold down the sneak button to go across those ledges, but he, like, seems to fall off when I turn the corner. And I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong. Oh, good. And before I die from these enemies and then can't find the spot again. Yeah, as soon as I get that, I'll go grab my, my reward, which will just be a leg lamp, and then, I guess, go ring that bell. Okay, so, let's go over here. Also, I remembered something else I can talk about. The goddamn rash on my arm. So... There's not much to say other than it's a rash, and it does not resemble a crab, unlike the rash that Brendan Small had. But, so, basically, we got this cat, Bubsy, a couple weeks ago, and there was concern because I am questionably allergic to cats, maybe. Like, I used to have 3 cats when I was younger, like around, I think, like, junior high age, maybe, I don't remember. Okay, how the fuck do you cling to this? Okay, you do hold it. That's weird, you don't usually hold it for, like, any other surface that you can do this on. But anyway, I had 3 cats, I never had any problem with them, as far as I can recall. And then... I thought it did tell you where the vault was. But yeah, I got this other cat several years later, and that one, for some reason, just suddenly, like, made me break out in, like, itchy spots a lot. Like, if he ever scratched me, like, the part where I would get scratched would, like, puff up really bad. Is this the vault? Maybe I have to progress further in the game to find the vault. I actually think I'm going to check the guide for this, but let me finish what I'm saying. Basically, that cat I seem to be allergic to, and then, like, from that point on, like, for at least a few years, Like, if I ever had to go to somebody's house and they had cats, I would, like, my eyes would water up, I'd get, like, really, really sneezy, sniffly. It was really bad. But then, when we found Mew a couple years ago, I didn't seem to have any problem, and so I was kind of hoping that that would happen with this cat. And I still think I'm okay, but I have this really goddamn awful, like, series of red, bumpy... It's basically just a rash. Like, I don't know what else to call it. It's just this annoying-ass red splotch on, like, the inside of my left arm, and a less severe one on my right arm. And then also, for some reason, there's, like, some, like, in and around my belly button, which is really annoying. And so, if it wasn't for that last one, I would almost certainly say that it's not the cat, it's actually because of my apron at work. And bear with me, let me explain why I think that. We don't do laundry that often because it's a pain in the ass. And so my apron gets pretty greasy. Like, if I'm handling, like, the meat that we put on the pizzas and stuff and my hands get all greasy, I'll wipe it on the apron. And then, like, occasionally I'll sort of, like, wash it with, like, some paper towels just to kind of make it a little bit more manageable. And so I was thinking, like, maybe I just, like, have clogged pores? I don't know. But it might be a combination of the two. I guess we're gonna see what happens. But enough talking about gross rashes. Let me look up what I do with these, and then I'll be right back, and then we'll do the bell thing. Okay, never mind. It's in Dimitri's office. We're gonna be going there in a minute anyway, so we'll find it. So, where's that bell I'm ringing? It's like, yeah, right over here. Clearly, I will include a picture of the rash. I mean, I could. It's not, like, disgusting, but I don't think anybody really wants to see it. I'm looking at it right now, and it's kind of unpleasant. What is this music? Doop, 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 doop. Don't mind me. I'm not following you at all. Nobody here. He's talking, but I can't hear him. I turned up the game, but yeah, I can still barely hear what he's saying. Am I just supposed to see where he goes, or am I actually supposed to be listening to this dude? Because that is a little bit difficult. And I'm sure that with this mic quality, picking up the air conditioning and the keyboard presses and not much of the game, and you're not having any better luck than I am. I can't tell if he's going in circles either. That's the thing. It's like, I still don't really get the layout of this place all that well.
Juice? Who's got the juice?
Who's got the juice? Buttons. Buttons. And I think I've spotted. No? I mean, I don't think I'm supposed to attack him, right? Am I supposed to pickpocket him? Oh. Okay. Did I see the combination?
I'm telling you, Sloyd, he had no idea you were watching while he typed in that secret code. Hold on. Looks like that door leads to the nightclub Aquapop. This might be useful for the heist.
Alright. Still only 3%. So that's apparently a Murray section. Now, was that actually... That wasn't the goal I was working on, though, right? I have... Water pump destruction. And then... I was supposed to be bugging an office somewhere, aren't I? Is that all the way over there? I think I'm gonna do that first. Because that was, like, what I was supposed to do originally. And that's where the safe will be, where I can get my leg lamp. I'm gonna keep calling it the leg lamp, I don't know why. Because apparently making references to A Christmas Story is great comedy. But, yeah, I don't know. Yo, what you got?
I managed to outfit this porch painting with a bug. I need you to sneak into the feature's office and swap it with the original.
Nice. So we'll be able to listen in on his conversations.
Yes, I thought things might go more smoothly with an ear from the inside. Just be careful with a fine heart. Take any damage and the painting's ruined.
Alright, let me immediately take some damage. So where am I taking it? It's not the S, right? That's like where our base is. I guess... Is it that blue light? Can't fucking see. Yeah, I think that's it. So... Let me try and stick to the rooftop so I can avoid enemies. Immediately falls off. Hey, you lost control of the trolley, huh? Okay, no, I'm not doing that. Yeah. The enemies are fairly unremarkable. I think I can just kind of book it. If I get spotted, then whatever. Not the button I meant to press, but we'll accept that. I remember this location. It's the balcony thing that looks like a wing. That's all I got. Speed up, go. Because I'm lazy. Once again, I apologize for any game audio balance issues. I'm just kind of turning the TV up and down as we do different stuff. Whenever there's talking, I try to turn it up, and here there's semi-loud music, so I turn it back down, and we'll just kind of hope that it sounds okay.
The schematic indicates that door is locked from the inside.
Inside!
There never was one for the direct approach.
Swell, because the indirect approach is way up there for that air vent.
So, what door is locked from the inside? I don't even know what they're talking about. Let me look through this area real quick. So I'm getting over there, apparently. There's just kind of a, it's just one of the Witchy World employees, basically. I'll go up to him and he'll go, and then try to hit me with a big hammer. There's a furnace. And there's the Fartastone. No, I don't actually know what... I think that's Fantastion? Or Fantastique, okay. That makes more sense. No, I'm just gonna go with Fartstone. I feel like the janitors are not really gonna be that big of a threat, but let's just not engage them anyway. Oh shit, immediately goes into laser. Good lord, I'm stupid. Okay. I am paying attention to what I'm doing. And, I'm good at video games. I do like this lounge music. By all means. Oh, okay, no, he saw me. Fuck it, let's just go. Not sure how I get up, but we'll figure it out. Okay. Let's... Okay, the janitors are numerous. And I'm probably about to get hit. And this would be a good time for me to sing the Mystery Science Theater janitor song, if only I knew it. Since I don't, then just pretend that I sang it and that it was hilarious. Okay, that looks like something I want to get to. These are lasers that I don't want to touch. Here's a Polano. Can I bounce on the couch? Can I get touched by the laser and lose? Can I find my house? What am I doing? Did they lose interest? Okay, here's a climbing thing. Did they actually lose interest in me? Or did I just, like, wander out of their area?
Dimitri, coming at you loud and clear. I've got to high-five you up to my main man working the disco. Spice things are up. But that spice part, that way my home slice down in a special big money-making room. That nice little jobs there, man, I do. Keep all steaming ahead with my 2 clockwork printing plates. All of us retire early. Picking up on what I'm throwing down? Peace out.
You pick up what I'm putting out, then you come on back. See, I understood a little bit of that. It was, just seemed to be kind of generic, like, we are doing well, and go us type dialogue. Not really anything super important. But what if the painting gets wet, though? And then we turn, and then there's a mouse holding a rope, and then I fall into a pit. Or I just fall in a pit anyway. Alright, so where's the safe? Here's the safe.
It took some high level that, but I believe the count is resolved in 2, 3, 1.
23 is number 1. Alright, and our efforts have yielded us this. You care to share any info on that one? Like, I know I have this thing. What is this knockout dive? How do I do it? You got the knockout dive move! And then that's it. It's not mentioned here. What do I have? Bound to select. I have... The PS2 button has too many goddamn buttons. Okay. Knockout dive. Press L1, R2, L1, L2, R2. Assign this to a button. Okay. So I guess I'll put it on R2. Oops. Alright. So I've got like a stamina bar? Is that what that is? Is it gonna refill? Or does that... Did they explain what that meter is? I don't think they did. Either way, I guess I'll not randomly use it anymore. Alright, let's bug this painting. Internet connections, huh? And before he just sells it on Craigslist. Alright, well let's try and do that then. And then I guess the next objective is go inside the club because I have the... No, this is the club. What did he open with the passcode earlier? Already forgot. Either way, let's get back to our base, because I also have a bunch of valuable combs that we can sell.
Avoid getting spotted by the flashlight guards. If you get caught, you can run away by holding down the R1 button.
Thank you. I surprisingly figured that one out on my own, but Alright. There was like a glowy thing up there. I'd like to see what that is. There's a pipe I can climb, I think. Or not. That's just a... Come on, I know I've been up there before. How did I get up there before last time? I'm gonna use the knockout dive move on this guy just to see how effective it is. How has he not seen me? But first, let's see if he has any combs. Nope. Alright. Oh, god damn it. Well, I lost the painting. When did I save state? Let me make an alt save here. Yeah, I get it. This was decidedly a long time ago, so I think we're gonna be losing out on that sweet, like, painting money because I'm a dipshit. I thought the knockout dive thing was gonna, like, one-hit them. It didn't. Okay, seriously, how do I get up there? I guess like this. It's my own damn fault. I should have been more careful. I assume money is plentiful enough in this game where I don't really have to lose any sleep over that. Yes.
You can get this piece of fine art back to the safe house in Woodmere. We can sell it on ThiefNet for a ton of coin.
Thieves' Net. Okay, then. Well, I lost the painting, but at least I have this. Alright, where's the base? It's, over there. Alright. This time, let's not randomly attack guards. Play the game on F4 mode, it'll be good. I like how every emulator that I've used that has a speed up option like that, it's always on F4. Consistency. If only there was consistency with save state buttons. Like, some of them have the hold shift and use the F1, F2, etc. And some of them are just like, no, we'll just put it on these random buttons. Just have fun remembering which ones. Where's the thing? Where is the base? I don't know where it is, because I'm dumb and don't know anything about pots. Not pants, pots. I mean, do you know anything about pots? Hansel. Let's not get caught, please. Okay. Somehow didn't get caught. I was about to say, like, I have 19 combs, but no, I was just misreading that. I mean, I see no reason to not sell all these, so... Sure, I'll buy the smoke bomb, because it looks like Sly can use it, and I'll buy this because I have the money for it. Alright, so, let's, wait, I can play as Murray? What was that? I guess I can. Alright, I thought he was only going to be in, like, certain areas. That's different. No, stop pressing the Windows key. God damn it. I'm not used to playing, like, emulator with this many buttons on it. It's throwing me off. Alright. Let's get out of this menu, please. Thank you. I guess let's go do this, then. Because it seemed like maybe a side mission. Actually, wait, was it? What was I supposed to do next? No, wrong button. Can't see shit. Okay, I can't even... I assume I can't climb buildings with this dude, because he's a bit on the larger side. yeah, there's the objective over there. Yeah, I don't actually remember what I'm supposed to be doing next anyway, so we'll just go do this. Like, I bugged the office. I did hear a voice when I went back to the office, and no attention was drawn to it, so that is the wrong button again. What do we got going on in here? Let me make sure he actually...
Murray, I need you to make your way back to the aqua pump room and sabotage it.
Jeez, I don't know. How am I supposed to get past these lasers?
You should be able to break that power box by throwing something at it. Press the circle button to use your stomp move near the ice machine to pick up a block of ice. Then press the square button
The
to throw
fuck?
the block at the power box.
Hit the circle button to pick stuff up, and the square button to throw. Got it.
Alright, and why would the ice not set off the lasers? But anyway, let me see. I've got a... Yeah, I do have a stomp move. Uppercut. So basically he controls like slide, just slower. Does he have a run? Yes, he does. Alright. Why does that work? Wait, it didn't anyway. Am I doing it right? Also, I just pressed circle there and he threw it anyway. Am I supposed to be like first person aiming here?
You're strong, Murray. Try picking up other stuff in the room.
No. What if I don't want to? So I'm assuming if I throw like a chair through it, it's gonna set off the laser. But let's find out. I save stated just in case. No? Okay. So these lasers don't detect if something like intercepts them like lasers do. Instead, they're the life form detection field used for like the Yerk pool, apparently. And either I'm supposed to hit these with an upsettingly large number of ice cubes to break them, or they're just extremely freaking, like, specific. Oh, okay. I guess we'll use this barrel. Why not? Apparently doesn't make a difference. So let's line up with the thing. And there, yeah. Not sure if it's picky or what's going on, but whatever. There's another Moblin guard.
Enemies that are knocked out can be picked up with your stomp move. Throw something at that guard, then jump up there and pick them up with the circle button.
But why, though? Why do I want to pick them up? Let's throw them into the lasers, that'll help. Actually, I wonder what happens if I do that. Save stating. Well, damn. He kind of just got disintegrated. So maybe these aren't, like... Well, these are red and the other ones were yellow. I was about to say maybe these aren't, like, just security lasers. Maybe they're actually just deadly. But, I don't know. Now, what happens if I try to throw ice into the furnace? I should at least get a secret bonus point for that. Bullshit. Get up. Doesn't this look fun? Nah, it actually doesn't look that difficult. Unless I get stuck on the wall. That could have been bad. And... oh, good! Did they desync? Can maybe jump through that? I think they desynced. I guess that works. Didn't mean to do a ground pound, but whatever. Let's break the computer for good measure. I know this is just like a stool, but my gaming sense is telling me that this is like a button that needs to be pressed in. If I have like the beak bomb. I guess it was destroyable anyway, so alright. I didn't know we were playing Turtles in Time here. Because that's apparently a thing you do in that. No, it's not really. I know there's a boss where you, Shredder is like in the foreground, and you have to like pick up foot soldiers and throw them like into the screen to attack him. And I could never figure out how to do the move to do that, so I would just mash buttons until I did it. But that is a game I have not played in many, many years, because the last time I gave a shit about Ninja Turtles was probably when I was about 8. Probably even younger than that, actually. Alright. So what does that do for us exactly? They're forced to pump water through the old tower. FMV time.
Okay, fellas, I've constructed a plan to get at the clockwork tail feathers, but we'll need to pull off a few more jobs to set things up for the heist. First, Sly will have to pick a few pockets in the theater, so that we'll have access to the Spotlight Control Center. Once that's accomplished, we'll be able to turn off all the security around the printing press. We'll need your muscle, Murray, to take out all the exterior alarm horns. We don't want anything to alert the guards while we pull out the big job. And finally, we'll need to get into the discotheque to drop this mirror ball.
Why?
Trust me, it's all part of the plan.
Alright, and just in time for me to forget all of that for next time. Because I think we're going to stop it here. I've been recording a while. A lot of that was wandering the city and not actually doing anything. But,
I am not called bloody, my friend. I am cool-blooded.
alright. But yeah, it'll tell me the objectives next time, I guess. Things are picking up slightly. And, yeah, I guess I'll be returning to this probably in a week, because this was a really late upload.